In this lecture, you are going to learn how the font size acts as a ranking factor in Google search results. This factor has not been analyzed until 2015 by Searchmetrics. You should notice that there is something unique here because all the top ranking sites follow a same pattern of font size. Here is the mean font size for above the fold region. If you wonder what is above the fold region, then let me explain it quickly. Here you can see my website inspirearun.com, and by default, without scrolling down, you can see the header, the menu bar, the title, and a few lines of content along with a few lines of sidebar. So this is called above the fold content. So where is the fold? A fold is an imaginary line which lies exactly in the spot or in the bottom region before scrolling the screen. So in my website, here is that imaginary fold. So now you could have understood what is above the fold. So let's come to Searchmetrics research. In the above fold region, the mean font size is 14 points or 14 pixels. This includes the header, the navigation bar, and headings. Also, you can see that the central or body area of the website's mean font size is 12 points or 12 pixels. This central area includes the sidebar and also the body or content of the website. So, what is the key takeaway from user experience point of view? It's to ensure easy readability for your users. You should make sure to cross check the browser compatibility for font family, size, etc. For example, you might have installed Google Fonts in your website to make your website font look good, isn't it? In such case, these fonts may get loaded in Chrome on Firefox, and these may fail to load in Internet Explorer or Edge or some previous versions or older versions of browsers. So it's the responsibility of the webmaster or the web admin, that is you, to check the cross compatibility of browsers. So how can you do that? There are some predefined tools which I will share with you now. The first one is Net Renderer. You just need to enter the URL of your website and choose the browser from the left drop down list, but this tool will check only across the Internet Explorer versions from 5.5 to 11. So when you click render, it will start to render your website across these browsers and it will start to produce the results or screenshots. You can see that the image is not getting displayed, right? This is because I'm using lazy load plugin to load images only when the user starts to scroll his scroll button. So this is almost okay. Now let's use the next tool, that is browser link. This is a slightly advanced tool because you can also choose the operating system version, the browser, etc. So let's test my website and click test now. The main advantage of this browser link is you can emulate any browser such as Internet Explorer, Firefox, Chrome, Safari across many operating systems. But this is a kind of time consuming thing because you need to emulate each browser one by one to test the browser compatibility. So let's move on to our third tool, that is browsersorts.org. This tool will send a list of visitors from Linux, Windows, and Mac across a series of browsers. So this will produce a series of screenshots opened through these browsers across these operating systems. So it's a bit time saving option compared to all other tools. Let's click submit and wait for the results. But the only drawback is that this is a bit time consuming in terms of loading your website across all these browsers under all these operating systems. So You can just bookmark this link and you can visit later, but within 60 minutes, because after which you need to run this test again to test the cross browser compatibility. After some time, you need to refresh this page to see whether any screenshots have got populated. So far, 3 screenshots have got loaded, that is from Chrome under Debian OS, Aurora under Debian OS, Epiphany under Debian OS. And in the end of this lecture, I will show you all these screenshots across 145 browsers. Like we checked the responsive design using the responsive design checker tools in the previous lecture, you can use these tools to check the cross compatibility of your website across various browsers. The simple logic is smaller the display, the larger the font should be. Here comes the screenshot of my website inspirearun.com across all the 145 browsers that I had selected while testing. In the next lecture, let's see how interactive elements acts as a search engine ranking factor in Google search results.